I wanted to briefly talk about my first ever drumming in a band experience, which was this Sunday with the youth group at church. I helped out with the youth group at church with Brian Rogers and some other people, some other adults who participate, and they needed a drummer. Brian was going to do it, but I guess he figured I would be more capable since I've mentioned to him before that I drum to some extent. So I get there, I didn't know this though, I get there and he sees me and says, "Hey, how about you do the drumming since you're a drummer?" Now, by the definition of drummer, let me give you a little background. First of all, I started trying to play the drums in 2012. I was unemployed at the time. I was the lead sound guy for church. That is a Horizon Community Church back in Roseville, California. And so I had the key to the building, not only because I was the sound guy, but also was because I helped facilitate or lead a men's group on Saturday mornings. So I had the key to the building. At the end of the men's group on Saturday mornings, since I was the lead sound guy, I decided to, and since I was unemployed, I had a little extra time on my hands, I would turn on some music, and I would go to the drum kit, because there was no one else there. And the worship team had their drums still on the stage, and I would try to play the music. That's it, just try to get a feel for the rhythm and the coordinating of limbs and so forth. I ended up buying my own kit, electronic kit, an Alesis DM9 Pro, if I'm not mistaken, or DM8, one of those. And from there, I took lessons for a short while. I kept practicing. I am not a fantastic, probably not even a good drummer, but I can hold a beat and I can play along to most rock songs. So, I would say I'm not really a drummer until you play with other people in a band with other instruments and other musicians. So this was my first experience. Now let's go back to Sunday. And not only do I get there, I have no clue. I didn't have any clue I would be playing. I also didn't have any clue what the songs were that I would be playing to. And I've never played with these people before in my life. I have no clue. And I've never played on this kit before either. It's an electronic kit. So I sat down, basically playing blind, and to add insult to injury, Brian tells everyone, "I'm going to let Mike play today," and it's a pretty good crowd because he's a drummer. So the expectations are established that I'm going to be this great drummer. The music starts playing. Again, I had no clue what songs. They're rather slow, so I don't want to go crazy and make it too loud, but I can't hear a thing coming out of the drums. I start playing a little harder, and I can kind of hear the hi-hat, I can kind of hear the bass, the kick drum, but I can't hear the snare at all. And not only that, I try to put in, they have in-ear headphones, I put those in, and all I could hear was the musicians. I couldn't hear my own drums at all, and I didn't know what to do to change the settings so that would work. Long story short, I played along to the best of my ability. I didn't do any fills, I didn't do anything fancy. I don't even know if it sounded good at all because I could barely hear myself drumming. I couldn't hear the snare at all. So it was a horrible experience, but my philosophy is if you get the chance to try something new, if you get the chance to, I don't know, just try something different, then give it a shot. Don't turn it down for the most part unless you know it's a bad idea. And it was a first experience. Hopefully, if they need a drummer in the future, hopefully I can maybe practice with them beforehand and get the setup right and make sure I can hear myself or hear the drums. But, oh well, there you go. In my mind, it was a big fail because I probably sucked and everyone probably was thinking, he's a drummer, are you sure? And I don't know that I would say yes unless I can continue down this road and see what happens if I get more chances. God willing. Okay, thanks.